Have you ever wondered why some men can walk into a room and have all the women gravitate towards them without even saying a word? They aren't necessarily the best looking or the richest, but they have something way more powerful: control. Control over their emotions, their desires, and most importantly, themselves. In this video, I'm going to break down the ancient secrets of Stoicism that, when mastered, will make you irresistible to 99% of women. If you're tired of chasing women or feeling frustrated and confused about how to make them notice you, this video will change everything. Stick around, because what I'm about to share isn't just theory, it's practical, actionable advice that you can use starting today. Now you might be thinking, why Stoicism? Isn't that just some ancient, boring philosophy? But what if I told you that Stoicism is the missing piece that most men overlook when it comes to attraction? The truth is, most guys are stuck playing games, texting women constantly, buying gifts, and even changing who they are to get her attention. But here's the harsh reality. Women can sense desperation from a mile away, and nothing kills attraction faster than neediness. Stoicism teaches you how to be the exact opposite of desperate. It teaches you how to be powerful, unshakable, and attractive without even trying. Number 1. Emotional stability is the real alpha. Let's start with something every guy struggles with: emotions. I want you to think about this. How many times have you lost a woman's interest because you were too emotional? Maybe you felt jealous when she didn't text back, or you got angry when you saw her talking to another guy. You probably thought you were doing a good job hiding it, but deep down, you were freaking out. And trust me, she felt it, even if you didn't say a word. Here's the harsh truth. Emotional instability is the ultimate turnoff for women. Think about it from their perspective. Women are hardwired to seek security. When you react emotionally to everything, whether it's her actions, her words, or even things completely unrelated to her, what are you showing her? You're showing her that you're unstable, unpredictable, and frankly, not someone she can rely on. No matter how much chemistry there might have been initially, if you can't handle your emotions, she'll start pulling away. And once that starts happening, it's hard to recover. This is exactly where Stoicism comes in. Stoicism is a philosophy that teaches you how to master your emotions. It's not about suppressing them or pretending they don't exist. It's about recognizing that while you can't control what happens to you, you can absolutely control how you react. Imagine this. You're dating someone, things are going great, and then suddenly she starts pulling away. Most guys, they'd panic. They'd start blowing up her phone, wondering what they did wrong, or worse, they'd lash out emotionally and push her further away. But a Stoic man, he stays calm. He doesn't lose his cool because he understands one fundamental truth. Her actions are beyond his control. He remains grounded, focused on his own life and goals, and lets the situation unfold naturally. Now here's the truth that nobody else will tell you. Women test men all the time. Sometimes they'll pull away just to see how you react. It's not because they're manipulative, it's because they want to know if you're strong enough to handle it. If you crumble at the first sign of resistance, you've already lost the game. But if you stay calm, centered, and emotionally unshaken, you're showing her that you're different from all the other guys out there who can't handle the pressure. That's what makes a Stoic man attractive. He doesn't react impulsively. He's cool under pressure. He's the man she can rely on when things get tough. Start practicing emotional stability today by paying attention to how you react to stressful situations. The next time something happens that would normally set you off, like your partner not responding to your texts for hours, pause, take a deep breath, and remind yourself, is this within my control? If the answer is no, let it go. The more you practice this, the easier it gets, and before you know it, You'll be handling emotionally charged situations like a pro. This one simple shift is what separates the men women want from the men they avoid. Women want stability, and if you can offer that, you become the rare man she doesn't want to lose. Number 2. Purpose over everything. Let's dive into something that most men get completely wrong: purpose. The biggest mistake you can make in life, especially when it comes to relationships, is putting women at the center of your world. Now, you've probably heard that women love to be treated like queens, right? Well, here's the shocking truth. When you make her the center of your life, you're setting yourself up for failure. Not only will she lose respect for you, but you'll also lose respect for yourself. Let me break it down. When your entire focus is on pleasing her, constantly being available and trying to make her happy, you're showing her one thing: that you have no life outside of her. You become predictable, boring, and worst of all, needy. No woman wants to be with a man who's desperate for her attention. Women are drawn to men who have drive, passion, and a purpose that's bigger than any relationship. Here's the thing. Purpose is what sets you apart from every other guy out there. It's what makes you magnetic. When you have a clear vision for your life, a mission that you're fully committed to, women won't just notice you, they'll chase you. Why? Because a man who's on a mission isn't easily swayed. He doesn't need constant attention or validation because he's already fulfilled by his goals and passions. He's busy building something important, and that's what makes him irresistible. The moment you start living for your purpose, you'll notice a massive shift. Women will begin to see you differently, not as someone who's constantly available or needy, but as someone who has value, someone who's driven. Think about this. A man who's passionate about his career, his hobbies, or personal growth doesn't have time to sit around waiting for texts or chasing after women. And women love this. They want a man who's focused on his own growth because that signals strength, confidence, and self-sufficiency. It tells her, "I don't need you, but I'd like you to be part of my life." That's what makes you irresistible. It's time to find your purpose. Stop letting relationships be your main goal and start asking yourself, what am I passionate about? What do I want to achieve in life? If you don't have answers right now, that's okay, but now is the time to start figuring it out. Whether it's building a career, pursuing a hobby, getting fit, or mastering a new skill, find something that lights a fire inside of you, and then put all your energy into that. When you live with purpose, women will notice and they will respect you for it. Number 3, confidence isn't what you think. Everyone talks about confidence, but let's get real. Most people misunderstand what it truly means. You've been told to just be confident, but what does that even look like? Many guys think confidence is about being the loudest person in the room, cracking jokes, or always being the center of attention. But here's the thing. That's surface-level confidence. Women aren't impressed by someone who's just putting on a show. They can sense fake confidence from a mile away, and it's an instant turn-off. True confidence isn't loud. It's quiet, steady, and deeply rooted in self-awareness. It comes from within, not from the approval of others. Most guys base their confidence on external factors: what a woman thinks of them, how much money they make, or how successful they are in life. But the problem with external validation is that it's fleeting. What happens when that woman stops texting you? What happens when your job is on the line? If your confidence is built on these shaky foundations, it'll crumble when things go wrong. That's why Stoicism is so powerful. It teaches you that confidence comes from within, from knowing yourself and controlling what you can. You are in control of your actions, your reactions, and your mindset. Everything else is beyond your control. Here's something most men don't realize. Women are drawn to a man who is secure in himself, regardless of the situation. It's not about being cocky, it's about having the quiet assurance that you can handle whatever life throws at you. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what's within our control, our thoughts, our actions, our responses. Imagine going into a date, and instead of worrying about whether she'll like you or stressing over every little thing you say, you just stay present, calm, and focused on enjoying the moment. That's real confidence. Start practicing this immediately. The next time you're nervous about approaching a woman or going on a date, remind yourself that her opinion of you is beyond your control. What you can control is how you carry yourself, how you engage in conversation, and how you react. And here's a tip. Instead of constantly seeking her approval, focus on enjoying the interaction for yourself. Let her feel that you're at ease with yourself, and she'll naturally be drawn to that confidence. Let me introduce you to a Stoic practice called negative visualization. This is one of the most powerful tools for building true confidence. The idea is simple. Before any situation, imagine the worst-case scenario. If you're going on a date, imagine it going horribly wrong. She doesn't like you, the conversation dies, or maybe you spill your drink. Once you've mentally prepared yourself for the worst, you take away its power. You're no longer controlled by fear because you've already faced it in your mind. When you walk into that date, knowing that no matter what happens, you can handle it, your confidence skyrockets. And trust me, women can sense when a man is calm and composed under pressure. Real confidence comes from understanding that your self-worth isn't tied to anyone's opinion of you. Too many guys make the mistake of thinking that if a woman likes them, they're worth something. But what if I told you that her opinion doesn't matter? Because at the end of the day, the only person's approval you need is your own. This is what Stoicism teaches us. Confidence comes from within, from living in alignment with your own values, not someone else's expectations. When you stop seeking approval and start focusing on living your life with purpose and integrity, you become unstoppable. Here's another practical tip you can start using today. Every time you feel your confidence wavering, ask yourself, is this within my control? If it's not, let it go. Whether she's responding to your texts or not, whether your date is going perfectly or feels a bit off, none of that is within your control. But how you handle yourself, how you carry on with your day, your purpose, your goals, that's entirely up to you. And that's where real confidence comes from. Let me tell you this, confidence isn't something you fake until you make. It's something you build by consistently showing up as the best version of yourself. Every time you walk into a room, into a date, or into a challenge, remember this. Confidence isn't loud. It's not about dominating the conversation or showing off. It's about quietly owning your space, knowing who you are, and being unshakable no matter what happens. That's the kind of confidence that attracts women. Not the guy who's trying too hard, but the guy who doesn't have to try at all because he knows he's enough. Number 3, confidence isn't what you think. Everyone talks about confidence, but the truth is, most people get it completely wrong. You've probably been told, just be confident, as if it's something you can switch on like a light. But let's be real for a second. Most guys think confidence is about being the loudest person in the room, cracking jokes, or making sure everyone notices them. But here's the cold, hard truth. That's fake confidence. And women, they can spot it a mile away. Real confidence, the kind that women are actually attracted to, isn't loud. It's quiet, unshakable, and deeply rooted in self-awareness. It's about knowing exactly who you are and not needing anyone's approval to feel good about yourself. Here's what most men don't understand. True confidence isn't based on external factors, like how much money you have or how many women are interested in you. It comes from within. It comes from knowing that no matter what happens, you can handle it. It's about self-control, something that Stoicism teaches us perfectly. Stoicism teaches that confidence comes from understanding what's in your control and what's not. Most men struggle with confidence because they base it on things outside their control, like what a woman thinks of them, how successful they are, or how other people treat them. But here's the kicker: none of that matters. Want to boost your confidence instantly? Stop worrying about what others think. Seriously. Let's say you're going on a date and you start overthinking, will she like me? Am I saying the right things? Is she going to text me back? All that worrying is about things outside your control, and that's where most men mess up. Instead, focus on what you can control: how you present yourself, how you feel in the moment, how you carry the conversation. Let her reaction be whatever it's going to be. When you do this, you not only become more relaxed, but you radiate a level of confidence that's authentic. And trust me, women can sense that. Now let me introduce you to a powerful Stoic technique called negative visualization. This practice is one of the most effective ways to build unshakable confidence. Here's how it works. Before any situation, whether it's a date, a meeting, or even approaching a woman, take a moment to imagine the worst-case scenario. Imagine the date going terribly wrong. Maybe the conversation doesn't flow, or you don't connect at all. Then ask yourself, can I handle that? Of course you can. By preparing for the worst, you take away its power. You're no longer controlled by the fear of failure, because you've already confronted it in your mind. So, when you walk into that situation, you're calm, composed, and confident, knowing that whatever happens, you'll be just fine. Here's something that will blow your mind. Confidence is not about seeking approval. It's about not needing approval in the first place. The mistake most men make is thinking, if she likes me, I'll feel good about myself. But what happens when she doesn't? What happens when things don't go your way? Your confidence crumbles because it was built on something you can't control. This is why Stoicism is so powerful. It teaches you that the only thing you can control is yourself, your actions, your thoughts, your emotions. The moment you stop relying on others to validate you, you'll unlock a level of confidence that can't be shaken by anyone or anything. Here's a challenge I want you to start practicing today. Every time you catch yourself worrying about what someone thinks, whether it's a woman, a boss, or a friend, pause and ask yourself, is this within my control? If the answer is no, let it go. Focus only on what you can control: your thoughts, your actions, your response to the situation. This shift in mindset will not only boost your confidence, but it will also make you more attractive to women, because nothing is more powerful than a man who is unbothered by external validation. Now, let's get one thing straight. Confidence isn't something you fake until you make. Real confidence is built over time by showing up every day as the best version of yourself. It's not about being the loudest guy in the room, always trying to impress people or constantly seeking attention. It's about owning your space, knowing your worth, and not being rattled by what others think or say. Women are drawn to men who are secure in themselves, not because they're trying to prove something, but because they know they don't need to. Here's a simple but powerful practice. Stop basing your confidence on things you can't control. It's not about whether she texts you back, whether you get that promotion, or whether people like you. It's about being solid in who you are and knowing that no matter what happens, you'll be okay. Confidence is built by taking ownership of your own life and focusing on your goals, your passions, and your growth. When you become a man who doesn't rely on external validation, you naturally attract women, and not just women, but success, opportunities, and fulfillment. Number 4. The power of silence. Here's a big one that most men completely overlook: silence. When was the last time you were on a date and felt the need to fill every moment with conversation? Be honest. Most of us think that the more we talk, the more we impress, or the more we engage, the better the date will go. But here's the truth. Silence can be far more attractive than any pickup line you'll ever come up with. Let me explain why. The ability to be comfortable in silence shows one crucial thing. It shows that you're confident and in control, and that right there is magnetic. It creates an air of mystery that women find irresistible. Think about it. When someone is quiet and composed, it makes you wonder what's going on in their mind. You become intrigued, you want to know more, and that curiosity is what draws people in. On the other hand, when you're constantly talking, trying to fill every pause with words, it gives off a nervous, insecure vibe. It screams, "I need your approval," and trust me, women pick up on that energy instantly. When you're comfortable in silence, you show that you don't need validation through conversation. You're not desperate for attention, and that confidence speaks volumes. You don't have to do or say anything extra to prove yourself. The fact that you're relaxed and present without the need to chatter shows that you're a man who's at peace with himself, and that is incredibly attractive. Here's the psychological truth behind silence. When you allow moments of quiet, you give the other person the space to lean in. Instead of bombarding her with words or stories, you let her fill the gaps. And what happens? She starts talking more, she becomes more engaged. She becomes curious about you because you're not trying too hard to impress. Silence forces people to reflect, and in those moments of reflection, you become more intriguing. You're not just another guy talking her ear off. You're someone who's comfortable with just being in the moment. Next time you're with a woman, instead of feeling the need to fill every moment with conversation, practice being silent. When there's a pause in the conversation, don't rush to fill it. Instead, sit back, listen, and be fully present. Look at her, make eye contact, and let her feel your calm energy. You'll be surprised at how powerful this simple change can be. You'll notice that she starts to open up more, and you'll also feel more in control of the situation. It's almost like you're leading without even trying. Here's a tip that'll take this to the next level. Pair your silence with a genuine, subtle smile. When you're silent and just slightly smiling, it creates an aura of calm and mystery. Women will find themselves drawn to you because that smile says, "I'm at ease, I'm confident, and I don't need to prove anything." Plus, a smile, especially in silence, makes you approachable while keeping that sense of mystery alive. Number 5. Detachment, the ultimate attraction. Finally, we come to the most important secret: detachment. Most men fall into the trap of becoming emotionally dependent on a woman. You meet someone you like, and before you know it, you're thinking about her 24/7. But here's the problem. When you're too attached to the outcome, whether it's getting her attention or making the relationship work, you give away all your power. The more you need something, the less likely you are to get it. Stoicism teaches detachment, not from people, but from outcomes. When you stop being obsessed with how things will turn out, you become incredibly powerful. Women sense this, and it drives them wild because you're no longer acting out of desperation. Stop trying to control the outcome of your relationships. Focus on what you can control: your actions, your purpose, your emotional stability. The rest will follow. Mastering Stoicism isn't just about becoming more attractive to women. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. When you master your emotions, live with purpose, and detach from outcomes, you stop chasing women, and they start chasing you. The truth is, most men will never learn these secrets. They'll keep playing games, keep chasing, and keep losing. But you've got the tools to change that. If you're ready to stop chasing women and start becoming the man they chase, then hit that subscribe button now. Join me on this journey to emotional mastery and self-improvement. You don't need to play games or change who you are. Just master yourself, and everything else will follow.